Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to Estadio Matt Wilson, where the Aztecs of Mexico City are hosting the Adams of Albuquerque. Where Mexico City is still fighting for a shot at winning the South Division crown, but it won't be easy. Albuquerque hopes to topple Mexico City for the first time in their franchise's history and play a little bit of spoiler on Mexico City's hopes of winning the division. I'm DJ Kilgannon, and with me in the booth is the Eric Vincent. Our statisticians for the evening are Corey Menner and Eddie Gage, and Cameron Irvine, of course, making this all possible back at SFL HQ. Eric, let me hear your thoughts about the game.
Good evening, DJ, and Feliz Dia de los Muertos here from Mexico City, everybody. It's going to be a great game. I mean, it's a South Division rivalry here. As you mentioned, this is the third meeting between these two squads. Mexico City has won both of them, and they've won both of them at home here in the Estadio Matt Wilson. Albuquerque's got an opportunity here to play spoiler, and they've got an opportunity to keep their name in the playoff hat. Not exactly sure how large of a chance they're going to have to make the playoffs, but they need to win it here tonight to be part of the conversation.
They sure do. They need a lot of things to go their way if you're an Albuquerque Adams fan tonight. And we are off. Mexico City sporting their gorgeous Dia de los Muertos uniforms, which, Eric, I may say might be the nicest looking uniforms I've ever seen. Those are beautiful.
Look, we've had tons of variations here in the SFL, which is the beauty of our league. But, I mean, this one is easily top three that I can think of off the top of my head.
It's up there for sure as far as alternates go. And Mexico City comes out with Short and Sipe under center. They're going to have an offset single back in the backfield for them. Looks like Albuquerque set up in a nickel defense. An extra tight end on the offensive line. On that strong side is a pitch out to the Hall of Famer Ray Bentley. He'll get wrangled down after a gain of 4. Let's talk about that Mexico City offense. Like we said, Jordan Sipe, your quarterback, Jacob Morrison, and the Hall of Famer Ray Bentley, your halfbacks. Buford Van Dam, your fullback. Jason Bartley, Honus Adobe, Noe Terrasis, and Jared Dumas, the wide receivers. We'll get to the rest of this offense here shortly. If we look for Albuquerque, handoff up the middle. Jacob Morrison fights for yardage, breaks a tackle, and gets brought down. Oh, we have an injury on the field. Brian James, oh man.
Yeah, that's not good. He's a crucial part there of that back end for the Adams. And hopefully it's just a stinger and he's able to get back into action soon.
Hopefully we'll see him come back onto the field later. You hate to see that, especially this early on in the game. Such a key piece of defense. No single back look here for Mexico City. Albuquerque looking very comfortable in the nickel. Handoff up the middle. Bentley fights for some yardage and drags a defender for a gain of 7. Let's look at the rest of that offense here for Mexico City. Tight end Bill Henry. And the offensive lineman Oveyanda, Sitlimina, Osilodal, Greg Forrest, Talodoani Supremo, and Ogden Foundry. Sorry about that. Goodness gracious, they are a mouthful. Fullback dive up the middle to Buford Van Dam. A really tough run. Gains a solid chunk of yardage. Past the 50 now is Mexico City.
It's all right. Mike Daggs is just going to rip you a new one once we get in the next broadcast meeting. But good job so far by this Mexico City rushing attack. This is what the Aztecs will do. They'll go ahead and we'll keep it on the ground, and they'll definitely run it into the teeth of that defense because they're confident with these backs that they have in the backfield in Morrison, Bentley, and Van Dam.
Yeah, I mean, they have a trio of just heavy-hitting backs back there. Here's one of them, the stalwart of them all, Ray Bentley, who has been running like a sensation all season long. Charges ahead for 4 there.
Yeah, and Bentley's been great. He's had almost 800 yards of rushing coming into this ball game. That's top 10 in the league. 5 rushing touchdowns to go along with that. And then you got Jacob Morrison. We saw how shifty he is bouncing off tackles, and now he checks into the ball game.
Giving it to the fullback again. It's brought down 3rd and 3 now for Mexico City. Seems like they are very content running the ball early and often.
Well, absolutely. I mean, you're sitting at 8-3. You're at the top of the South Division. You already punched your ticket to the playoffs. You know, you certainly want to lock up the South Division, but there's really no need to take any unnecessary risks here in this ballgame.
Completely agree with you there. Oh, my goodness. What an athletic play there. We will see a flag on the play, but my goodness, it's clipping So the interception will stand. That one sailed way over the head of the receiver, and Albuquerque Adams took full advantage.
Yeah, just a little bit curious of a throw there for Sipe, as he was definitely looking for Noe Terrazas. He had Bill Henry in the area as well. Just a little too much mustard on that one. I guess it came off of his hand just a little bit odd, I guess, maybe off of the middle finger. I'm not sure, but that certainly was not the type of pass that Jordan Sipe was looking for there in that situation.
Amar Bryant Jr. awarded with the interception by the stats crew. Doing great work as always as Albuquerque starts now just outside the 5-yard line. They're going to start it with a run. Gets bottled up. Josh Slack gets dropped for a loss of 1 there by Fowler.
Yeah, and Slap is another back that comes in here alongside Jason Williams. I mean, they've combined for over 1,100 yards on the ground and 7 touchdowns. So Albuquerque's got themselves a great rushing attack as well that Mexico City needs to keep an eye on.
Sure do. 4-3 look here for Mexico City across from the split backs of Albuquerque. Oh my goodness, another loss and another one by John Fowler. 2 plays, 2 tackles for loss from him.
Yeah, and conversely, John Fowler is going to be that linebacker that you need to watch out for if you're the Albuquerque offense. He just runs all over the field. He is constantly getting his nose into plays. 3rd and long now.
Another run here for Albuquerque. And again, John Fowler says, no, you don't, to Josh Schlapp. And they shut them down completely, pushing them inside the 5 and forcing a punt.
And I don't blame Albuquerque for that play call there. There's really not a whole lot that you can do. Now they've got their punter back against the wall there.
They do get the punt off. John Fowler is 6th in the league with tackles for losses and 1st in the league with pass deflections. Playing at an all-star level, certainly he is just, he is monstrous, showing his presence early in this one.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, coming in, almost 100 tackles, 23 for loss. And then on top of that, he's great in the pass game as well. He's got 16 pass deflection, which is best in the SFL. So he's certainly the premier middle linebacker that you want to look out for here in the SFL.
Yeah, absolutely. See Mexico City come out in an offset single back look, hoping to keep the hands of Jordan Sipe clean as he will pass again. Full confidence, has so much time to throw. Tries to find him on the cross route. That one's broken up.
And it was great blocking up front by the offensive line, but better coverage on the back end there for the Adams, and that's why Sipe just took so long to figure out where to throw the football. Really nowhere for him to go. And now it's 2nd down here.
Looks like 2 receivers to each side of the formation and a back in the backfield down in a 3-point stance. They will send Honus Adobe up to the top side of the formation, making it a trio over wide receivers that way. Sipe, plenty of time, throws it over the middle. All he finds is the hands of an Albuquerque Adam.
And again, good coverage there for the Adams on the back end, looking for Jason Bartley in the middle of the field. And in the passing game, Albuquerque has really given nothing for Mexico City to go to. It's really been the rushing attack for the Aztecs that has been the thorn in the side of the Adams thus far.
Absolutely. Certainly going to have to pass again here. A very similar look to last time. Sipe again will drop back. So much time. Fires it to the left side. And again, nothing going for the passing attack for Mexico City. That's 4 passes, 4 incompletions.
Yeah, and Sipe just seems a little bit off. I mean, every pass that he's thrown, at least the downfield ones, it just seems to have a little too much sauce on it. Not really accurate or on target. And I understand that Albuquerque's been doing a good job with keeping those receivers locked up, but, I mean, Sipe is going to have to lock in.
Yeah, we've seen Sipe get touched a little bit by the turnover bug this season, at least more than usual for him. As far as the rest of the league goes, still a good, a decent number. He's top 7 as far as fewest in the league. Opposite of him, though, Cyrus Jive has the least amount in the entire league. Albuquerque keeps their hands very clean offensively. That's something Mexico City will have to try and change. See some motion here on the line. That's Jack Wall moving to the top side of the formation. The nickel look here from Mexico City. Inside 5 on the play clock. They'll get it off. Jive, 2-step drop. So much time. Fires it over the middle. That one is pulled in by Kay Marion, who's been playing at an all-star level.
And good decision making there by Jive, and you touched on it. You know, he's been making good decisions all season long, only throwing 7 interceptions, least in the league, and just good and throwing it to the across the receiver there in the middle of the field, just taking what the defense can give you.
From here for Albuquerque will result in a pitch. So much room for Slap to run. Brings it 3rd and 1 now. Looks like whenever they're running outside of the tackles, they're going to get some room.
And look, that's probably part of the product of Jive not throwing so many interceptions, being able to lean on an impressive run attack for both Slap and Williams.
Another I-form for Albuquerque. It's number 80 in motion for them. Upside of the screen, and an inside run for Jason Williams will result in a 1st down.
Yeah, Williams doing Williams things. I mean, he comes in with over 400 yards on the ground and does a nice job just bouncing it off tackle, getting the needed yardage to go ahead and move the sticks for the Adams.
Halfway through the 1st quarter now, and not much offensive production. Kay Marion is able to complete that one again, making it inches for Albuquerque. Let's look at their offense here. Cyrus Jive leads the way at QB. Josh Slapp, Jason Williams, and Justin Williams are your ball carriers. Kyle Fenimore, Clarence Lee, and Kay Marion are your pass catchers. Jack Wall, your big tight end. Queen Porter, Jerian Jones, and Leah Williams make up your offensive line. Very heavy set look here in the box from Mexico City. Albuquerque will run right into it, and Josh Slapp gets barreled up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage, making it 3rd and short now.
Yeah, and that was an opportunity for Jive maybe to check out of that play with how many bodies were in the box there for Mexico City. He doesn't do it, and it's an easy tackle for loss there for the Aztecs.
Looks like they're in another heavy set here for Albuquerque. Probably looking to run again. Might see a run to the outside. We won't. Right up the middle, and he gets it. Just enough is Jason Williams on the carry.
Yeah, and Williams, you know, in his past life, earlier on in his career, he would be the shifty back, you know, but he's the B back. He's the guy that's going to give you 1 or 2 yards, get exactly what you need. He'll run up the middle, 1 cut, and boom, he's off to the races.
Jive will throw a quick pass over the middle, connects with Kay Marion in between the hashes.
And good decision-making so far from Jive. You know, he recognizes the mismatches at the line of scrimmage. He understands that Marion is working the middle of the field, just throws it right to the empty part of the zone. Yeah. Obviously, big hit on the back end there by Dags, but good throw there for Jive, and I like the way that he's deciding where to go with the football thus far.
Yeah, I completely agree. A QB of his caliber can read the zone to perfection. We're seeing that thing now. See another run here for Albuquerque. Slap to get some momentum to charge ahead, making it 2nd and 5.
And collectively, the Adams are doing a good job offensively. You know, they're sticking with the rushing attack. They're making sure that it's still a portion of their offense, something that the Aztecs have to look out for. Even though it's not necessarily making chunk plays thus far, they're doing a good job with keeping it in their repertoire.
Yeah, absolutely. You can't completely put it on the back burner or things are going to get dangerous. A pair of defenders, including John Fowler, gets involved on that tackle for loss again. If he gets awarded for that one, that'll be his 4th on the day already.
Yeah, Fowler's been absolutely all over the map. He's got 4 TFLs already. Just absolutely insane. We haven't even hit the end of the 1st quarter.
He's just a monster. See some motion here for Albuquerque. That's Kay Marion into the top side of the screen. Looks like it'll be zone here for Mexico City, though, as no one follows in suit. Jive, 5-step drop. The pressure is there on his back, but he takes off. He slides, but a fumble picked up by Mexico City. Oh, my goodness, disaster for Albuquerque. I mean, Jive did it right. He tried to slide, but Mexico City just made a big play.
He did, and I think that was John Fowler that actually poked the ball free there.
Right.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, man.
Diving attempt at the tackle and manages to poke the ball free from Jive before he is ruled down. And just disaster for Albuquerque. Huge opportunity for Mexico City to go ahead and get themselves right offensively with a short field.
Fowler forced it. Miranda Dumas was able to scoop it up. Man, that was rough. I mean, if you're Jive, you did everything right. You tried to slide, but Fowler is just a talented linebacker. Sype will throw to the left side. One-on-one coverage. Is able to get pulled down by Noe Terrazas.
Yeah, and Terrazas has done a great job through the air as well, leading receiver as far as yards is concerned, almost 800 coming into this game. And you see why. I mean, one-on-one coverage there, pretty good coverage there by the secondary. It looked like that was Amar Bryant Jr. in coverage, and just made a play for the ball. And that's what you want your number one receiver to do, just come back and make a play for the football and give your quarterback some help.
Absolutely. First completion on the day for Sipe. He will drop back again, connecting to the flats. That Buford Van Dam, who catches it and scurries away past the first down marker after a nice stiff arm. Let's take a look at this Albuquerque defense. Chris Porter, Leo Jefferson, Neil Rivers, and Joshua Williams. Your defensive line, Seth Berlin, Saeed Gore, Keenan Samuels, and William Patterson are your linebackers. Amar Bryant Jr., Daniel Valentine are your corners. TJ Frosty, Jack Napier, Bryant James are your safeties. Sammy Steele and Ken Miller are the legs on this team. Mexico City now in the red zone, hoping to convert off of the turnover. Something they do so very well. One of the best teams in the league at doing so. It's another pass for Sipe. So much time for him to throw on the two-step drop. He connects with Terrazas, who spins away, bringing it inside the 10.
Yeah, it was a good route tree there for the Aztecs on that one. Had a couple crossers there, short to mid portion of the field. Obviously hit Terrazas on that. A couple crossers, a couple post routes going towards the far end. Sipe didn't like what he saw deep, so he checked it down short.
Buford Van Dam getting involved again, right up the middle. Untouched is the big fullback for his third rushing touchdown on the season.
And they're getting Van Dam involved early, which I love to see there. You love to get the fullback involved, but it's more about the blocking. I mean, look at that right there as Bartley is able to come out there one-on-one block, really not allowing the safety to get involved whatsoever, and Van Dam just does the rest.
Yeah, getting across the goal line of that beautiful end zone. I mean, not to harp on it too much, and not to pull away from the game any, but if you saw the cheerleaders during the pan over earlier, they were gorgeous, and not their faces. Those cheerleading uniforms were fantastic. One of the best stadiums and uniform combos I've ever seen.
Absolutely, could not agree more. I mean, look, what Mike Daggs and Ramos Lynn have done here with this stadium, with this team, and really paying homage to the tradition and the heritage behind the Aztecs here in Mexico City is just top-notch.
Kick it away here. It'll be downed in the end zone for Albuquerque. And we'll get a chance to look at the defense here for Mexico City. That is just loaded when you look at them on paper and, I mean, on the field as well. They're dominated so far. Single back here for Albuquerque as they'll motion a receiver over. That's Kyle Fenimore making their way to the bottom side of the formation. Extra pressure is brought, nearly pulls down Sipe. But is able to, Jive, as the pass to K. Marion is able to get complete and brought down in between the hashes.
Yeah, the key part of that was Osiris coming in on the blitz and seemingly untouched. But it was a great job by the offensive line to go ahead and shift out and make that block. Looked like that was Damian Woody playing kind of on the outside there, able to chip Osiris as he was coming in on the blitz.
Yeah, certainly saved Jive on what would have been a devastating hit as we have reached the end of the first quarter. The Aztecs lead 7-0 over the Albuquerque Adams. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be right back. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Estadio Matt Wilson. I'm DJ Kilgannon. In the booth with me is the Eric Vincent. Our statisticians for the evening are Corey Mentor and Eddie Gage. Of course, Cameron Irvine, making our Saturday evening exciting. Drive again, we'll drop back. The pressure's there, but the throw gets off. Looked like a hitch route to Jack Wall in the middle.
And Jive's timer, the internal timer for a quarterback is imperative. You know, and his timer is just on point tonight. I mean, it is synced up. Even the fact that we're about to lose an hour here tonight, falling back with the time zones and all that fun jazz. He is just on point here tonight, getting rid of the football.
We'll run it this time to convert the first down. Josh Slapp will do so. Gets wrangled down by John Fowler and company.
And Albuquerque has done a great job, really, offensively. I mean, they haven't made any mistakes. I mean, really, the turnover that they had, I mean, that was just a better defensive play. So Albuquerque really in this ball game, I mean, you see it in the total yards, only a difference maybe about 25 yards or so.
Yeah, they've certainly been staying in it. Mexico City, like you said, just making some outstanding plays on both sides. Albuquerque, as well as Mexico City. Speak of amazing plays, the Hall of Famer Max Jackson from his safety spot lays a devastating hit on Cyrus Jive.
And believe it or not, that's his first sack of the season. Hasn't gotten into that sack column at all up until the final game here of the regular season. And just given the way that the Aztecs are running their defense, you're just wondering, okay, are you going to be able to get out there, Albuquerque, in order to chip these blitzers? And right then, they did not. So now it's a 2nd and long.
Mexico City has not had a sack as far as an offensive back goes prior to this game, but they get another one. Sir Ron Yates, the 4th, a huge sack for him and a huge milestone for him as well. With that sack, Sir Ron Yates pushes to 100 on his career. Congratulations.
Fantastic career for Sir Ron Yates as he comes over here from Baltimore. Did a great job there, most of his career with the Vultures, and 100 sacks on his career.
Oh, Jive taking off! And he gets brought down eventually by John Fowler. He would have had to do something spectacular if he wanted to convert there. Didn't like anything he saw downfield, and they'll have to result with a punt.
Yeah, and not much that they could do there. And it was good, again, good decision-making there by Jive. Just no need to force it into coverage. Go ahead and play the field position game.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, like this video. I'll say it one more time. Like this video. Always we have a nice kick return here. Like it for more plays just like that one. It supports our hardworking crew by smashing the like button, subscribing, and commenting on the video. It really, really helps the channel out. Turn on your post notifications so you never miss a live stream highlight or podcast. Thank you for your support of the Virtual Football Network and the Simulation Football League. Mexico City coming back onto the field, hoping to keep momentum on their side of the court. Side hoping to keep his hands clean after an early interception. Seems like he hasn't stepped down a bit since then. Some pressure's brought from Albuquerque side. Has enough time to throw, but an interception plagues him again. Finally gets brought down by Bill Henry. And, wow, I mean, talk about a commentator's curse. TJ Frosty's the one that was able to pick that one off.
Yeah, and the safety, Frosty, just doing a good job, just playing set field back there. Looked like they were trying to go to Terrazas, and, you know, Sipe might have gotten fooled on that coverage there because it looked one-on-one with Amar Bryant Jr., and I don't know if he saw Frosty lurking there in coverage through the pick, and now Albuquerque's got an opportunity to knock this thing up at 7.
And one thing we talked about earlier before the call, Eric, was how good Mexico City is at scoring off of turnovers. Albuquerque needs to take advantage of that as they have another one. Cyrus Jive on offense is going to pass to Josh Slapp. He's going to get skinny there, getting past the defender and making it within 1 yard of the first down.
And we talked about maybe Albuquerque taking advantage defensively of Jordan Sipe, as you know, he has not been as careful with the football as he has in past seasons, coming into this game with 17 interceptions. And thus far, Albuquerque's done a good job in that department.
She's in motion in the backfield, kicking. Justin Williams out slightly as we see a handoff in the gap. Jason Williams charges ahead just outside the 30.
Good way to bounce it to the outside there for Williams. It's really not a whole lot to it. Just bounces it off tackle, gets the necessary yardage, and that's what Jason Williams will do for you.
Split backs look here for Albuquerque, a 4-3 on the opposing side for Mexico City. Soft coverage at the top side here, screen from the corner. Extra blitzers being brought, but a big enough gap in the middle of the defense for Josh Slapp to gain 5 on that run.
And that's how talented these linebackers are here for Mexico City. I mean, you saw them all kind of creeping up there. Yulio, Osiris, Fowler, they're all kind of creeping up, showing blitz, but then they just kind of stay there. They recognize that the run is coming their way and limits it to only 5 yards.
Jive hands this one off again. Jack Wall with a great block to help seal the edge. Jason Williams helps convert on that great first down run.
And that was the key piece right there. I mean, you touched on it, DJ, is Jack Wall getting out there and making that block. He gets the block on Fowler and then gets back out and nails Jeffrey Daggs along the outside. Williams a little bit more patient and allowing the block to hit from Wall, and that gives him the first down.
Some great blocking by your big tight end. That's exactly what you want from him. A single back here for Albuquerque. There's a pitch to the outside. Slap gets hit behind the line, but he fights ahead, turns it into a positive gain of 3.
And that's all you can do in that particular situation there. I mean, not a whole lot of blocking there, kind of bouncing it to the outside. And those plays are reliant on beating those one-on-one tackles. He beat the initial one. The second one coming through, though, able to go down, but made something out of nothing.
Sure good to see an offset eye here. Some movement on the defensive side. They'll bring in extra blitzer who ate up that block on the outside, which let that defensive lineman get in scot-free.
Yeah, and that's Sir Ron Yates getting in there for the TFL. We've seen him come free on a couple of these plays. It's something that Albuquerque is going to have to adjust here moving forward. Now a 3rd and long inside the SFL red zone. We'll see if they can add some points to the board.
Put a bunch to the bottom side of their formation. Jive will move out to that side and fire to that side. Looks like that was Jack Wall who pulled in the catch. But a few yards short of that first down marker, they'll have to kick.
Yeah, and there wasn't a whole lot for Jive to really work with on that rollout play. I mean, it's a very popular play call, especially on 3rd and long here in this league, and really just not a whole lot for Jive to work with. They'll settle for the field goal.
Kicks up for Sammy Steele, and that one is good. Making it a 4-point ball game now for Sammy Steele, giving him his 19th made field goal on the season. Albuquerque at least getting something out of it. We talked about how they need to improve a little bit against a team as good as Mexico City at scoring off of turnovers. They at least got a little bit of points.
Yeah, and that's a good start right there, is just taking advantage of the turnovers, getting points on the board. We talked about at the top of the broadcast, Albuquerque's going to have to win this game in order to keep themselves in the playoff conversation. And that's certainly a good start right there.
Yeah, and not to mention how much they would like to play spoiler. Of course, their main goal here is to continue to have a chance at the playoffs. But you win this game, and Mexico City can no longer win the division. That is also something that's going to be in the back of Albuquerque's mind. Be even sweeter if they're able to pull out the win. As Sipe will come back out. Single back look again. Hopefully they can clean up the bug that has been tormenting them, especially on that last drive. Bentley charges ahead for a gain of 2.
Yeah, and Frosty in there on the tackle, got the pick on the last defensive possession there. And, Albuquerque, as you mentioned, they can play spoiler. They can get their first win in this young series here. I mean, they played all 3 of these games now here in Mexico City, looking to get that first win.
Pitch to the outside for Morrison. Gets tackled just a few yards past the line of scrimmage. A gang of defenders helping bring him down.
And the Adams have done a good job thus far. They've responded to this rushing attack here for Mexico City as if they really needed to. I mean, you knew that was the game plan coming into it, but there's a lot of good pursuit going on the back end of that defense, especially at the second level.
Cycle roll out. The blocking is there, and he'll complete it downfield, pushing inside of the 40. And now I wanted to mention before it got too far away, that kick for Sammy Steele makes it his 250th all-time in his career. Someone who's been doing it for a long time.
Yeah, good couple of milestones that we've seen there from both Sammy Steele and Sir Ron Yates. Definitely congrats to both of them for hitting those career milestones.
See some motion here from Mexico City. See a defender following, that's Daniel Valentine showing motion here for Albuquerque. Morrison will take the handoff, closing into the 50-yard line after a gain of 6. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a game break update here from Cameron Irvine. What do you have for us?
Man, is Bossier City annoying to the top of the South or what? The Steamers are rolling in Houston right now. Rob Noel with a touchdown, 14-0 Bossier City in the first quarter, trying to help Mexico City potentially win a South title. Back to you.
Wow, when we talk about spoiler, Bossier City doing their best to do that for Houston. if Mexico City's able to pull out a win. That last play pushed them past the 50, giving them another first down.
And I can definitely attest that Bossier City is annoying playing for Fort Worth for how many years.
That run charges ahead, 2nd and inches. Ladies and gentlemen, I have another game break update for you, Cam. Let's hear it.
That might be a record setter, boys, because watch the ensuing kickoff from DR Sim. Welcome to the game. Houston Headhunters down the sideline, turn the corner, and he's gone. Houston survives the early deficit. They're now down by a touchdown. Back to you.
Well then, man, I'm in a different country, and that hit hurt me, Eric.
And DJ, that's a pissed off DR right there. You don't want to mess with him.
Oh man, no, you don't. Not at all. As we're going to see a challenge on that last play. They're challenging that Jacob Morrison was across the line of scrimmage. Looks like he was at the first initial look. Let's hear what the refs have to say. Overturned. Looks like they will award him with a first down. And man, all of these Mexico City supporters, I mean, we got a double south matchup here. Everyone watching this game should have both monitors, get another TV set up, put both games on, do whatever you got to do to stay up to date. Give us some more game break updates as it goes.
Absolutely. And just to clarify, Mike Dax, there was no challenge there. That was a booth review following the 2-minute warning. So no harm, no foul on that.
Ah, I see. Little drawn up at that DR Sim hit. I was kind of mesmerized by it a little bit. Didn't even focus really. 4-yard gain here for Bentley as Mexico City continues what has been a very solid drive.
Yeah, definitely. And we've seen how productive that they've been on the ground thus far. And, Albuquerque's done a better job with keeping them in check. But, I mean, over 50-plus yards on the ground thus far. I mean, that's a recipe for success if you're Mexico City.
We're going to move Bill Henry to the other side of the formation. A 4-3 look here for Albuquerque as Sipe surveys the defense and hands it off right up the middle. Jacob Morrison takes it. He gets wrangled down. That is number 94 for Albuquerque, Neil Rivers.
Yeah, and big Neil Rivers, I mean, he'll go ahead and he'll stop up those holes there in the middle, and that's the job of a defensive tackle. You want to make sure that those shifty backs don't make their way through.
Sipe throwing again, a nice corner route there for Noe Terrazas. Gets caught, and a timeout ensues for Mexico City.
And best throw of the night for Jordan Sipe. I mean, that was crisp and clean, no caffeine, as he gets it over to Terrazas as he's breaking towards the sideline, just recognizes it right away. Perfectly thrown ball and a fresh set of downs for Mexico City.
You can't split the defenders better than that. Again, Sipe will survey, drop back to left. He fires over the middle, and it's caught. Very nice throw and catch there. Jared Dumas is able to split the seam and pull it in.
And we've seen in the 2-minute drill, it's a different Jordan Sipe. I mean, he's coming out here making good decisions, quick decisions, and getting the football out. Mexico City now with only one timeout, but they are definitely within striking distance here inside the 10.
Sure are. Let's see if they continue with this very balanced attack. They've been passing these last few plays, however. Type of survey, nickel look here for Albuquerque. Pressure's there. He breaks it off. Doesn't even matter. Fires to the left-hand side. That one is incomplete. I think we'll see some pass interference get called.
Yeah, we definitely will. But Chris Porter there, I mean, had Sipe dead to rights on that play and just gets shoved off like he's absolutely nothing. But Frosty, a little handsy, although there's not really a whole lot there.
Enough for them to call it, especially in Mexico City.
A little bit of home cooking, you saying? All right, okay.
They're making it all up at home. Very heavy box here for Albuquerque. They're expecting the run. Sipe, who's been able to rush for a few touchdowns this season, more than a few really. He's been very successful rushing the ball into the end zone, especially in the red zone. Might be looking to watch for that here. Sipe will drop back to throw, hits the flat. Ray Bentley breaks a tackle, fights through another, but he gets brought down at about the 5-yard line. Forward progress might call it maybe the 3-yard line or so.
Yeah, Amar Bryant Jr. was the first on the scene, and it looked like maybe Bentley was going to be able to get in the end zone. But Keenan Samuel was able to clean that one up. Mexico City calling their last time out here, so they got to go end zone or bust.
They do. Single back from Mexico City, 4-3. They all drop back into coverage. Firing at Bill Henry is just shy. Call it the 1. As Sipe and the offense will charge back up to the line of scrimmage. Will they spike it or will they go for it? They will pass. Flat was open, but he fires it over the middle. Incomplete. Albuquerque holds strong and forces Mexico City to kick a field goal with just 30 seconds left.
Yeah, and that was good pressure there, good coverage on the back end by the secondary. And really, I mean, that wasn't really a whole lot of opportunity to get Henry the football. But I understand the throw there for Sipe. 15-play drive is going to result here in a field goal.
Yeah, talk about bend but don't break for Albuquerque. We've seen 2 stops now, one for each of these defenses that were just right on the goal line, and they came to play, certainly.
And that's a win right there for Albuquerque, especially coming in towards the tail end of the half. You know, you're fighting tooth and nail to keep them out of the end zone, forcing Mexico City to use all 3 of their timeouts, holding them to a field goal there. And now you got an opportunity to possibly get some points on the board. You got all 3 timeouts, only 30 seconds to really work with. Let's see what they do.
Albuquerque taking this one out. Spinning attempt as Kyle Finnemore gets dragged down. We'll call it the 25 as Albuquerque only has 25 seconds to make something happen. However, they do have 3 timeouts. So, I mean, crazier things have happened. Will they just go to the half? Will they try something here? The initial first looks like they're content with going to the half.
They do get the second half kickoff as well, so really no need to kind of push it downfield.
Oh, but they will throw. Trying to connect with K. Marion downfield. Falls down. Max Jackson has something to say about that.
Yeah, well, that's why we're up in the booth, holding clipboards on the sideline. Sure, go ahead and gamble a little bit. Why not?
Why not? Jive does keep his hands clean, like we had mentioned historically this season, so why not take a chance, Albuquerque says. They will pass again. 2-step drop. Fires to the right-hand side!
Oh.
Max Jackson pulls it down for the one-handed interception. I'm going to stop talking about interceptions because every time I do, they throw one.
Well, that's why they call it gambling, because, you know, nothing is a surefire thing, and that was just a ridiculous pick from the Hall of Famer. I mean, you don't get much better than that, and that's exactly why he's a Hall of Famer. I mean, he's come up with now 5 of those this season, and, I mean, over 100 on his career. This is 114th. That's tops in the SFL.
That might have been the most athletic interception I've seen here in a while. Sipe will come back to throw. That's a first down for Mexico City. They don't have a whole lot of time, and they are in field goal range. Get a little pep in your step. You have a chance for 3 more points. It looks like they won't, though.
Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to get up to the line quick enough. Just not a whole lot of opportunity, but a good throw there. A little low, but that's exactly where you needed to place it in order to get it to the receiver, but Mexico City just runs out of time on that.
They do. And now the halftime commences after what was a immaculate interception there from Max Jackson. Thankfully for Albuquerque, doesn't result in points. Mexico City leads 10-3 in a battle for the South. The crown is up for grabs. Eric, what do you think?
I mean, it's been a good first half, hotly contested, pretty quick as well. But John Fowler has just been all over the place for Mexico City. He's got 9 solo tackles in the first half. Easily over half of those were tackles for losses. And, you know, you've seen the Mexico City defense really play some of their best football. And Albuquerque hasn't really quite figured it out. No sort of offensive momentum thus far. They've been trying to keep it on the ground. But, I mean, that man right there, he's got an interception, a sack, 5 tackles. I mean, the whole Mexico City defense is just playing out of their gourds thus far. And they're going to continue to do that here in the second half with Albuquerque getting the football to start things off.
You sure are. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Estadio Matt Wilson. I'm DJ Kilgannon. In the booth with me is the Eric Vinson. our statisticians, Corey Menor and Eddie Gage, and of course, Cameron Irvine back at SFL HQ making all of this possible. And what else do we expect? We have a block full of South Division matchups. On the other side of the block, Houston just was able to come back and tie it up with Bossier City. And in this game, we have a one-touchdown game.
Oh, and that's South Division football right there. That's the Tex-Mex division, if you've ever seen it. And it continues to just be one of the toughest divisions in this league, and absolutely unbelievable final night of the regular season here in the SFL.
Yeah, we've had some good games across all blocks. We've had a few stinkers, but for the most part, they've been solid. What a great block to protect your QB. K. Marion catches that one way downfield.
Oh, and Osiris, he's licking his chops, man. He is ready to get to the quarterback. But again, great blocking there. I think that was the left guard that actually bounced out. And since Osiris was coming, just a key block in order to get it downfield to Marion. Great play.
I gathered my breath in preparations to yell for that sack, but somehow that block was held up. Assuredly thought that QB was going to take a hit there. Jive will throw on the next play again. No luck. Jackwell tried to get over top of the safety, but he gets hit and drops it.
And I'll give credit where credit is due. I believe that was Jerry and Jones that dropped back and was able to chip that block. You know, offensive linemen, they don't get enough credit in this league, and we certainly want to shout them out when they make big plays as well.
Yeah, and that certainly was one. Saved Jive from a replacement spine if he would have took that hit. Jive will throw again, but he can't get safe that time. It's Max Jackson again.
Jackson now with 2 sacks, and that safety blitz, I mean, you just need an ounce more speed in order to get there, and Jackson has it compared to Osiris, because we've seen him get to the quarterback a couple times here tonight. He's got interception, had 5 tackles at the half, now his 6th there as we look at his numbers. I mean, he's just playing out of his mind. Max Jackson, John Fowler, those are the 2 guys to watch out for on that Aztec defense.
Well, this is a defense that doesn't blitz many defensive backs coming into the game. None of their defensive backs had a stack. Max Jackson makes it a pair after that play. A huge completion for Albuquerque's K. Marion. Puts it about to the 50-yard line.
And that was big. Albuquerque was 1 of 6 on 3rd downs, entering that last that last 3rd down there. And again, finding Marion on the post route towards the middle of the field. A perfect time throw from Jive to Marion, and that will extend the drive for the Adams.
Yeah, I mean, you see that just about every week, every possession, really, where K. Marion's catching a post down the seam to perfection. He used to have such good chemistry. Jive will hand this one off to Slap, and he gets beat up right about at the line of scrimmage by Qualcine Yolia.
Yeah, Yolia coming up and just throwing a helmet into the hip there of Slap and just spinning him around like a helicopter. No gain.
Filled to the turf hard. Just 2 yards shy of midfield now are the Albuquerque Adams. They will bring some extra defenders to blitz, but Josh Slap gets some separation. In the aforementioned Qualcine Yolia saves what would have been a huger play for Albuquerque.
I was about to say, that was already a huge play. A Slap able to just bounce off defenders there. Jackson trying to dive and make the stop. But yeah, you said it. Yolia able to save possibly a touchdown on that play. Biggest run of the night here for Albuquerque.
And finally getting one to go, Josh Slap, one of the most explosive backs we've ever seen, especially in the 2K4 era. Cyrus Jive rolls out, connects with Wall over the middle on that cross. And we haven't got to introduce this Mexico City defense. Let's do that while this replay shows. Theron Yates, Skylar Kingsley, Chance Wall, and Dan Tritz, your defensive lineman, John Fowler, Qualcine Yolia, John Osiris, your linebackers. Look at the defensive back four after this. A run to the outside gets 8 up by this Mexico City front 7.
Yeah, and I think that was Osiris coming in once again, getting some additional penetration and just causing havoc there in the backfield. Nowhere for Slap to go. Another 3rd down here for Albuquerque.
Another 4-3 here from Mexico City. The playbook is open for Albuquerque. They will pass. Jive has so much time to throw. Off his foot! Tries to connect with Kyle Finnemore over the middle of the field. Max Jackson again making a huge play. Speaking of Max Jackson, he's your strong safety. Jeffrey Daggs is your free safety. Gerard Brody, Miranda Dumas, Leon Ryan, and Merrick Itero are your corners. Chaz Blackwater and K.L. Barrett Jr. are the legs on this squad. And another big stop on the other side of the field for Mexico City.
47-yard attempt here.
Right down the middle.
Sammy Steele doing work there for Albuquerque, able to add another 3 points. He's responsible for all 6 of those points up there on the scoreboard. So good job by him. And that's number 201 on the career. Or 251.
251. It's also 20 on the season, pushing him closer to top 10 in field goals made. You know, but if you're a kicker and you have a lot of field goals made, usually means your offense can't finish drives. And Albuquerque certainly falling to that spell in this game, as he's had to kick 2 now. And like you said, is the only quick scorer for them. Jason Bartley trying to get loose there. It's a solid return, pulling it to the 34.
Yeah, it certainly gave vibes that he was going to bounce it and maybe get some points there, but not enough speed to really get it all the way to the outside. You saw the special teams coverage kind of get sucked into the middle of the field. Good decision by Bartley to bounce to the outside, get some extra yards.
Yeah, he leads the league in kick returns this season with 3. Jason Bartley has returned all 3. Best person in the league. He's been playing at an all-star level at that kick return spot. Ray Bentley gets the handoff, gets stopped behind his offensive lineman, and then another tackler comes in to make it a loss.
Yeah, Saeed Kaur coming in there with his hair on fire, able to make that stop. Really nowhere for Bartley to go. TFL, it's going to be a loss of 1.
Offset single back here for Sipe. Looks like a nickel defense here for Albuquerque. A very tight defense here from the corners of Albuquerque as well. Sipe will survey. Snap, 4-step drops. A lot of time to throw. Fires it to the left-hand side. Looked like that one was fired to, Noe Terrazas. And a handful of defenders over there make that incomplete.
The funny part was the way it ricocheted upward. It looked like Jared Dumas had an opportunity, had he located the football, to come down with it, and it would have been an easy score for Mexico City. But now a big 3rd down.
Unable to perform the tip drill as it's quads now, 2 to each side. Dime look for Albuquerque. They bring the linebacker, though, making it one-on-one coverage, and Jason Bartley and Jordan Sipe take advantage of it.
Yeah, and a good decision there, recognizing that it was a safety there playing the slot there on Jason Bartley, and then it was the other safety, TJ Frosty, that had to come down and actually play help coverage on that. But all it took was a well-placed football, and that's exactly what you got there from Sipe.
Jordan Sipe, who was really struggling passing the ball to start this game, is now throwing over 50%. Minus the turnovers, he's been playing some great football. Hopefully he can keep his hands clean going forward. Single back, they'll run it. Bentley breaks a tackle and gets brought down past midfield for a gain of 3.
And Albuquerque really has done a great job. I've touched on it a couple times, but they've done a great job with really holding up these running backs here for the Aztecs, Morrison and Bentley, and even Van Dam to an extent. They really have only gotten maybe 2-3 yards at most. They haven't gotten those chunk plays.
They sure haven't. Pressure's there, but a throw out of the sack is complete, and he has so much room to run. The sideline is his friend. Eventually gets brought down by Jack Napier. That's Noe Terrazas turning not a whole lot into something huge for Mexico City.
And that's just a great individual play by Terrazas. I mean, Sipe really just had to get rid of the football. Running out of time there, just barely gets it to Noe. And a couple broken tackles there. Good block to really seal the edge. And then a touchdown saving tackle on the back end by Jack Napier. I mean, just a great individual effort, and that's what Mexico City needs here in a tight ball game.
Yeah, some great run after the catch there. Some great downfield blocking as well from the receivers. So we see some motion here. That's 85 from Mexico City. James Dirth, their backup. Pitch to the outside. Bentley breaks the tackle, fights for some more. Gets a gain of 6 before he's brought down by a pair of Adams.
And just to go back to that previous play, I mean, that was a 30-yard play. A 30-yard catch and run that was off of maybe a 4-yard dump-off, essentially. I mean, just a fantastic job by Noe Terrazas to really set them up in the SFL red zone here.
And Bill Henry set a great block on the edge as well to make it happen. Van Dam getting the look I think he only was able to gain a yard before he got speared right at the goal line by Keenan Samuels, or maybe just past that, the line of scrimmage, excuse me.
Yeah, and Samuels has done a good job as well. I mean, we've seen Frosty and Napier. They've done a lot of work there from the back end, from their safety spot. But Keenan Samuels has been playing well from his outside linebacker spot.
Looks like they'll bring a linebacker up towards the line. A hit is made on Bentley behind the line, but he breaks free, pushes it inside the 5-yard line. The old man can still ball with these young cats.
Yeah, and Napier had an opportunity there to get the TFL and to force the 4th down. Instead, again, just individual effort. You see it all the time from these Aztecs, and another example right there to give them a 1st and goal.
Looks like they'll run again. A very heavy set here for Albuquerque. Everyone's inside the box. They exclude Van Dam. Will get it up the middle, and he charges ahead for his 2nd touchdown of the game, and he brings an Albuquerque Adam defender with him.
I do find it ironic that, the part owner of this ball club is hashtag Free Buford in the chat. But, here we are, 2 tutties on the ground for him here tonight. And he's done a great job with running the football in that short yardage to go situations. Great job. And, Mexico City making this a 2-possession ball game.
Yeah, he barrels through a trio of defenders to cross that goal line. Man. Mexico City extending their lead to 11 now. It's just out of the 10-point range, so you need 2 touchdowns. Unless you do some extra point magic on the first one, if you want to pull this in 2 possessions. Mexico City leading the total yard battle by almost 100. It's Albuquerque. They just need to finish a drive here.
Yeah, they sure do. And we've seen that a couple different drives where they're able to cap it off with field goals. But I mean, it's the Mexico City Aztecs. You're not going to win games like this in the South Division with field goals, and you're going to have to hit pay dirt before too long and really wrap up one of those drives like you mentioned.
Cyrus Jive now coming off the sideline, hoping to hit pay dirt as he needs to keep his hands clean and run a sustainable drive that finishes. Connects, he doesn't. Kyle Finnemore unable to haul it in. Rough hit there by the safety over the top.
Yeah, a bit of a hospital ball there from Jive.
Yeah.
And I understand that he was looking there. He needed to throw that just a little bit short, allow the receiver Finnemore to come back and work his way back to the football. Instead, it was a bit too far, and he got crunched by 2 defenders.
See another single back here for Albuquerque. They have the fullback on the line. Justin Williams will get kicked to the top side of the formation. Another 4-3 for Mexico City. The flat is open, but Jive throws it downfield and connects with the big tight end, Jack Wall.
And that was a much better throw. That was more like you wanted to see on that previous play to Finnemore. Throws it a little bit shorter, allows Wall to actually make a play on the football, perfectly placed in between the 2nd and 3rd levels of the defense. Wall able to make the catch and a big play for the Adams.
That catch there will push Jack Wall in passing Jake Legacy in all-time catches in the stat. Great career for Jack Wall, the former Canton Classic. He's been on Albuquerque for a few seasons now and has been balling for him. The run this time, stuck behind blockers, but it doesn't matter. Breaks a tackle, a very rough game, or rough run there just to not gain anything.
Yeah, and Slap doing a great job with trying to, make something out of nothing. But Mexico City, just a very opportunistic defense. They played the run support extremely well, as we saw America Terra make the tackle there.
Another pass here is Kane Marion completing it again. Again, another drive for Albuquerque that pushes past midfield.
And really, Marion and Wall have been the stars of this passing attack. They've tried to get Finnemore involved, but and Mexico City has really played him well defensively. So it's now become Kay Marion and Jack Wall being the only 2 targets that Jive has to work with.
Oh, nice diving catch there for Kyle Finnemore. Able to pull it in for a 6. Pretty low throw there, but he's talented enough to make a play.
Yeah, most definitely. And that was the kind of play right there that Jive just needed to get rid of it. He saw that Finnemore was breaking towards the middle of the field. Good low throw, keep it away from the defense.
Set eye here for Albuquerque as they run it right up the middle. Just 1 yard short of the first down marker is the Josh Slapp. He gets pulled down by a gang of Aztecs.
And as I mentioned, I mean, you're worried about the second level of defense, right? You see big number 40, John Fowler, but you also got Jeffrey Daggs and Max Jackson in the third level of defense that are great in run support.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they're first and second on this team as far as tackle goes, both over 100. As the run to the outside is able to convert for the first down. It's Williams. It's Jason Williams able to get that one.
And I like the nice methodical drive that Albuquerque's putting together. I mean, yes, you're down 2 possessions, but you got a whole quarter to work with. You hit end zone here, and it's a whole different ball game going into the fourth.
It sure is. There's another heavy set box for Mexico City. Counters the run of Albuquerque. Only a 3-yard gain for Slapp. And apart from that one run, Eric, we really haven't seen him break off too many.
No, and you look collectively at, the guys running the football. They're both averaging under 3 yards a clip. And, we've seen Jason Williams with 8 carries. We've seen Josh Slapp with 14 carries. So something's going to have to give as we hit the fourth.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't go anywhere. We have a matchup that has major implications for the South Division crown going on at this moment. We'll be back shortly. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Estadio Matt Wilson. Throw your 4s up in the chat. I'm DJ Kilgannon. In the booth with me is Eric Vinson. Our statisticians, Corey Menner and Eddie Gage. And of course, Cameron Irvine making all of this possible back at SFL HQ. It's Irish Jive, a quick handoff to Josh Slapp to start the fourth quarter. Makes it 3rd and 2nd.
And more of the same here for Slapp, as only maybe a gain of a couple of yards. Now it's 3rd and a couple, so theoretically they could pick up this first down, but there's a lot of black jerseys sitting there in the middle of the field.
Yeah, there sure are, and Albuquerque continues running right into that wave of black. As they will again, up the middle, Jason Williams fights past John Fowler, who eventually drags him down, but is past the first down.
And Fowler with his 11th tackle on the evening. And that was, again, we talked about individual effort on the Mexico City side. That was individual effort there from Jason Williams to keep his legs churning, get the necessary yardage to get the first down, keep this drive going.
No pass for Jive, 2-step drop, fires over the middle, but the 2 Albuquerque defenders almost butt heads on the route and just falls to the ground incomplete. Some miscommunication there, maybe.
Yeah, Clarence Lee, the intended target, and it looked like he was just unaware of where the football was. I mean, there was a lot going on there in the middle of the football field. Lee just not able to locate the pass.
Offset eye here against the nickel of Mexico City. Fullback blocking is, wow, what a great throw. Right over the head of John Fowler and right past the cornering coverage. K. Marion, another beautiful catch.
And we saw a similar throw to that there towards the tail end of the first half, trying to get it to K. Marion along the far sideline, but Max Jackson doing his best Jordan impression, reaching up and grabbing it one-handed. And that time, a much better ball as we see Marion close to 100 yards on the evening.
We're just 9 shy of that century mark. Albuquerque hasn't passed too much tonight. They've been run first for sure, as that one will result in a gain of nothing. Speaking about those splits, Jive has thrown the ball 19 times this evening. Josh Slapp alone has rushed it 16 times. Jive has taken off 5 times. Jason Williams has 9 carries. So they're certainly run first.
Yeah, but they definitely got to hit the end zone here. This is a huge drive for Albuquerque.
Field goals won't win it, as Jason Williams will break a tackle. Osiris will bring him down after a gain of 3.
They'll give him the 9, so it's going to be 3rd and 7 here. Opportunity to pick up the first down without hitting the end zone, which is important. But either way, yeah, field goal's not going to do it for you, although a field goal here would make it a one-possession game.
That is true. We know they want to score and shake off the no-touchdown game. Jive, so much time. Fires into the corner. K. Marion Magic pulls it in one-handed, keeps her feet in bounds, and Albuquerque scores their first touchdown of the game, coming in early 4th quarter.
Man, Max Jackson had that one-handed pick earlier, and K. Marion says, "Hey, hold my beer."
Wow.
Breaks it to the outside. Just a great route. and is able to snag it in with just the fingertips as he had Gerard Brody in coverage on him. That was a great touchdown and a great time to get your first touchdown on the board if you're the Adams.
Yeah, absolutely. It'll be a 4-point ball game after Sammy Steele nails the extra point, which he does. Man, what an exciting way to make it a one-possession game there for the Adams. Ladies and gentlemen, another exciting season of SFL action is coming to an end. With just 3 games left on the schedule after tonight's contest, the Scenario Show crew will break down every team's paths to first-round byes, division titles, and playoff pictures at 11:45 p.m. Eastern tonight. Catch it right here on the Virtual Football Network.
Yeah, and DJ, that drive was 15 plays, 5.5 minutes. I mean, that was a great drive there from Albuquerque. This is an equally important drive here defensively for them. They get the stop here. They've got an opportunity to take the lead.
They sure do. They just need to get, hold Mexico City strong, maybe a turnover or force them on downs as a nice run there for Ray Bentley gains 8. And, one thing they need to do if they get a turnover or are able to stop Mexico City is score off of it. That's first touchdown we've seen, and we've seen a few interceptions go in the way of Albuquerque that have only resulted in field goals. You can't have that now.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, we talked about it earlier in the ballgame. Field goals are not going to win South Division contests, and we're seeing it right now.
Albuquerque in another 4-3. They spread out the linebackers as Bentley gets wrangled up. They'll call it 3rd and 1 now in the upcoming play. Or Van Dam,
Frosty,
not Bentley.
Yeah, Frosty Bryant Jr. doing a good job with responding there, able to get into the backfield and make sure that they secure that stop. This is a crucial 3rd down for this Albuquerque defense.
It is. We'll have another 4-3. They're expecting run. Heavy set here, I form for Mexico City. They will run it. Bentley gets the first down. They continue ahead of the chains.
Just barely enough, and Bentley will add those shifty runs in there. Really tough to bring him down in multiple facets of his game. I mean, he has the moves. He also has the power to just bowl you over. We saw the shiftiness there.
Houston ties it up with Bossier City on the other side of the block. Jacob Morrison catches that one out of the backfield and gains 4.
And Mexico City, you just want to run the clock. Even if you're throwing the football, complete the passes, keep them in bounds, keep that clock going, and keep Albuquerque from getting the football.
Another I-form look here against this 4-3 of Albuquerque. Soft coverage from the corners. Stuck behind a blocker is Ray Bentley, who gets dragged down by Jack Napier. They'll call it 3rd and 5.
And we talked about, how ill-successful Albuquerque's running backs have been tonight, averaging under 3 yards a clip. I mean, Ray Bentley has only averaged 3.1 a carry. Jacob Morrison, he's added a little bit of spark to this rushing attack, but Albuquerque's done a good job in the run defense.
Pipe rolls out and gets a block connecting with Jared Dumas downfield on the cross route. He's able to pull it in. A very nice athletic play from the young receiver in a time they certainly needed it.
Yeah, and just a bad read there by Napier as he came up and played the coverage there on Dumas, but just kind of got lost in the sauce. Dumas able to make a nice one-handed grab and keep the drive alive for Mexico City.
Dumas, an all-star appearance last year on the squad. 2 seasons in the league, both in Mexico City, and he's getting involved again, a 7-yard reception, and he does keep the clock going.
Yep, and this is exactly what you want to see if you're Mexico City. Just go ahead and nice, smart completions. Don't put it in danger. Keep the ball on the ground and keep the clock going.
Looks like they will this time. Everyone's down on the line for Mexico City, and it's big Buford Van Dam charging ahead. They'll call it 3rd and 1. The big guy tries to fight off a pair of Albuquerque Adams, but unsuccessful.
Man, and Amar Bryant Jr. was just fighting tooth and nail on the back end there to see if he could get him down. 6'3", 210 against 6'4", 255. Although I think Van Dam's a little heavier than that.
255 for big Buford Van Dam. As Bentley's in the backfield, it's offset, but Sipe will take it up the middle. A great play call from last year's MVP. Or, great play calling from the coaching. Nice way to execute it by last season's MVP.
You talked about it, DJ. We had not seen the QB sneak thus far from Sipe. Coach is holding it into the back pocket up until the perfect time. There it was right there.
Pressure being brought. Sipe gets it off. One-on-one coverage. It's caught. Noe Terrazas breaks a second tackle before he's brought down at this 16.
Man, DJ, you know, Noe Terrazas, we saw the effort play there on that 4-yard little dump off to get 30 yards on that play. We saw it right there. I mean, look at all the hand fighting he's got going on with Amar Bryant Jr. He gets rid of Bryant Jr., able to locate the football, avoids another defender, and is able to get first down yardage and keep it in bounds as he reaches the century mark here tonight.
Yeah, Terrazas is a very tall glass of water, 6'6", 235. He's very capable of breaking tackles, clearly. We see some motion. Maybe from, I believe that's Bill Henry, moving to the bottom side of your offensive line. Sipe drops back. The pressure is there, but he fires to the right-hand side. Oh, nearly caught, but forced it out. Was the Albuquerque defense. Ladies and gentlemen, we have another game break update for you. Cam, what do you have?
A tie game at 17 with 4:20 to go in the third quarter. Bossier City driving, and Rob Noel takes the pitch in for the score. The Steamers take a 24-17 lead late in the third quarter. We'll see you over there when you're done. Back to you.
Bossier City making the South interesting as Albuquerque brings down Ray Bentley 4 yards shy of that first down marker.
Yeah, and if you're Albuquerque here, you got to get the stop. You force the field goal, you've got an opportunity to tie the football game. But if you keep allowing them to get more yardage and get in the end zone, it might be game over at that point.
Yep, you need a stop here. Forcing them to a field goal is fine. It's still a one-possession ball game if you do so. They will run. Morrison gets the call and gets stopped. Only a yard gain as he gets brought down. That's Daniel Valentine coming up huge.
Yeah, that was huge. I mean, great stop there for the Albuquerque defense, forcing this 26-yard attempt here from Blackwell.
I mean, Chaz is pretty much automatic from this range. He's only missed 2 all season long. He's 3rd in total makes and attempts this season for Mexico City. It's up. It's good. They can get a 7-point ball game now for Mexico City.
Yeah, a 14-play, very nice 69-yard drive there for Mexico City, and a great job, again, with just keeping the ball in bounds. Very smart play calling, allowing the clock to run, and, you know, now you've got 2 minutes, 21 seconds or so to work with. If you're Albuquerque, all 3 timeouts, man, it's going to come down to the wire.
It sure is. Man, what an exciting one it has been. See the return there from Kyle Funamore out to the 35-yard line. And man, Sunday 2 divisions are going to be decided. Starting in Raleigh, North Carolina. Carolina will win the East by beating Florida. Otherwise, the Storm will seal the division crown for themselves. Then the Pittsburgh Riverhogs can clinch the North by beating Baltimore. Otherwise, the Dragons of D.C. will find their way to the top. Coverage of those games will start at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. The SFL lives and thrives on the Virtual Football Network. But tonight, all we're worried about is some South Division football. That Tex-Mex you talked about, Eric. And Albuquerque hopes to play spoiler. A throw over the middle to K. Marion's going to fall incomplete after a very hard hit.
And it's absolutely unbelievable. We've had 25 seasons in this great league, and it seems every single season it comes down to the final week of the regular season, and no one knows what the hell is going to happen. It's come playoff time. I mean, it's just fantastic. You love to see it.
Yeah, I mean, we have 1 week left, and 3 divisions are still up for grabs. It's crazy. 2nd and 10 now. Albuquerque needs a well-sustained drive. Jive has to keep his hands clean. Trips to the bottom side of your screen. A single back in the backfield for Jive. Plenty of time. Throws, and it's picked off! Mexico City. He gets injured on the play. That's Liam Ryan, but he just picked it off and might have just sealed the game for Mexico City.
Yeah, that might have done it right there. I mean, 31st career pick for Liam Ryan, his 4th on the season, and he definitely got whacked on the other side of that pick. But man, what a play. And we talked about individual effort from these Aztecs all game long. We saw it there defensively, just absolutely bonkers. And, you know, there's all 3 timeouts here for Albuquerque and Mexico City, I should say, but that might have sealed the deal for the Aztecs.
Absolutely. And that run will make the 2-minute warning pass as Albuquerque gets their freebie timeout. The 2-minute warning will pass. Mexico City leads by 7, and they have a chance to seal it and possibly win the South Division Grand. I'm DJ Kilgannon. In the booth with me is the Eric Vincent. Our statisticians for the evening are Corey Menner and Eddie Gage. And of course, Cameron Ryan back at SFL HQ, giving us a great evening of football. That one pitched out to Ray Bentley, a spin maneuver. Brings them down. They're going to call it 3rd and 2 as we see a timeout here from Albuquerque.
And a great job by TJ Frosty to recognize the cutback there for Bentley. Because otherwise, if he had just over-pursued that, which no one would have blamed him at that point, it was an easy cutback for Bentley to get in the end zone.
Offset eye, a handoff to Van Dam. He gets brought down just a yard short of that first down marker. We'll see another timeout from Albuquerque.
And this would be a deep field goal attempt if Mexico City decides they want to go for it, and they will.
Chaz has hit from 48 this season. Should be in his wheelhouse. This one will make it a further ball game. I mean, not even close. Right down the middle. 10-point ball game now after the great field goal and defensive play from Mexico City.
Yeah, and that really is a backbreaker if you're Albuquerque. I mean, you had an opportunity to drive down the field, tie the football game up, but that Liam Ryan interception there, that really puts you in a hurt locker. And now with 1 timeout to work with, little over, a minute 45 to work with, it's going to be tough.
Kick return brings it out to the 23. Albuquerque needs some magic, that's for sure. Drive will come out. You need something special for them if you want to have a chance pulling this one out. Albuquerque, in their short tenure in the league, they joined in season 23. These guys have not had a losing season yet. Their 2 seasons in the league, they have made the playoffs. That has a chance of being broken tonight if Mexico City seals this one. Jive rolls out to the right. Pressure's there. Fires to the right. That's Jack Wall who catches it past the 30. Timeout for Albuquerque.
Yeah, and I remember when Albuquerque burst on the scene in season 22, I believe. I mean, they were fantastic. They were the Cinderella story that the whole league was talking about. Playoffs first season, then comes back, does it the next season. And now, things starting to catch up with them a little bit here in the South Division, arguably one of the toughest divisions in the SFL.
Yeah, for sure. They brought their SFLM dominance up to the SFL. Down in the minors, they won several championships, and they wanted to bring that mentality up to the SFL. We'll see a completion there to Kyle Finnemore. That converts another first down from Cyrus Jive, hoping to keep that momentum in their favor. Drops back, fires to the left-hand side, and that one is caught as well. Clarence Lee, his first reception of the ball game. Another single back look here against this nickel defense of Mexico City. Just under a minute 20 to go. Jive gets hits as he throws. That one incomplete. A huge play there to slow down the momentum of Albuquerque.
Yeah, and he's lucky that was called an incomplete pass because it certainly looked like he was hit as the ball was releasing. Could have gone either way. Very 50-50 play, but it ends up being incomplete. That'll stop the clock with a minute 10.
I think that was Chance Wall who was able to make a hit on Jive there to force that one incomplete. We'll see Kyle Finnemore make his way to the bottom side of your screen, making it 2 to that side. Nickel defense here for Mexico City. The back stays in the backfield to block. Jack Wall nearly pulls that one in just inside the hashes, but Jeffrey Daggs lays another devastating hit.
Yeah, big hit on the back end there by Daggs, able to jar the football loose, keep the ball incomplete, and now another 3rd down here for Albuquerque, down 2 possessions.
Jeffrey Daggs is 5'10", just over 200 pounds, and he's making Jack Wall get hit like that. I mean, that's an angry safety. Bunch to the bottom side of the formation for Albuquerque. Dime look for Mexico City. He'll roll out to the right and nearly picked off for Mexico City. That would have been game, set, match. Miranda Dumas had a chance to end things. One more chance here for Albuquerque, though.
I mean, Miranda was the first one on the scene, but man, you certainly had plenty of Aztecs in the area to make a play, and now a long field goal here to keep themselves in the ball game.
Yeah, they're going for it all. Sammy Steele, it's up. It is good. Sammy Steele. I think that was a 54-yarder.
It was.
From Sammy Steele there. That ties, I believe, what was an SFL record set last week or the week before, if I'm not mistaken, by Scylla Aldmere of Detroit. Wow. I mean, that I was seriously questioning the call as they came out to onside it, and Mexico City recovers it. Noe Terrazas breaks tackles like we've seen him do all night, spinning away. Touchdown, Mexico City. They'll say buenas noches and dulces sueños to the Albuquerque Adams.
And that is all she wrote from here in Mexico City. And I mean, we've seen Terrazas do it all night long, and he's just out there doing it on the hands team as well. Just when you thought Albuquerque might have an opportunity to get themselves back into this, Noe Terrazas just slams the door shut. And what a nice gift, nice parting gift here for the Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah, absolutely. That previous kick tying the 2K4 record. But Noe Terrazas on that return, breaking tackles, Eric, like we've seen him do all night. That looked like he just caught a regular pass, and he did what we've seen him do all night.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's why he's crucial to the success of this Aztecs team. I mean, that's a guy that you want, especially in the SFL playoffs.
Absolutely is, as Mexico City now is going to be all eyes on Bossier City and Houston, as, man, Mexico City could win the South. They could steal it like a jewel thief in the middle of the night. Albuquerque. Single back look. Jive will throw. Over the middle, it's caught by K. Marion. They will go into the hurry up. They want a touchdown at least. They want some points out of this last drive. K. Marion breaking the century mark there. Jive will spike it. They'll rethink things and come back onto the field.
Yeah, and Albuquerque just wants to, make this a little bit of a respectful score. I mean, they've done well collectively. They just didn't do well enough. Some nights you're the bug, some nights you're the windshield. And tonight, unfortunately, Albuquerque was the bug. Their best effort wasn't good enough.
It wasn't. And on the other side of the block, Bossier City leads 27-17. There is serious hope here for Mexico City. Houston could do something crazy, though. Jive, after that incompletion, will spike it again. They'll talk things over and then come out and kick it, and probably throw another play here.
Yeah, they're going to try and do as much as they humanly can in order to get themselves a little bit closer in this ball game. A lot of fight in these Albuquerque Adams, and really kept themselves in the conversation here for the South and for the playoffs all season long.
Kyle Fenimore gets laid out. Max Jackson, the one awarded with that hit, able to cause the incompletion there on Fenimore. Third down now.
And as you mentioned, all eyes going to be on that Bossier City-Houston game. We expect to see all you guys over there following the conclusion of this one here in Mexico City. But, the South Division always seems to have a little fireworks towards the tail end of the regular season.
Always staying true to that. Jive rolls out, fires across the field, tipped up, and Marion gets tackled trying to go for the tip. Max Jackson saying, no chance you're catching that.
Oh, yeah, I saw that as well. I thought that was hysterical. Max Jackson, great effort to just keep K. Marion away from the football possibility of making a big play.
Motion across the defensive line here for Mexico City. Jack Wall will move to the top side of the formation, making it a trio of receivers there. Albuquerque just over 280 yards on the day, hoping for some more here. Jive will throw to the left-hand side. Kyle Fenimore catches it. They might have time to spike it. And
it was fourth down. It was turnover on downs, unfortunately.
Yeah, it was a turnover on downs. I thought he just got past the stick, but he did not. Mexico City puts that final nail into the coffin of Albuquerque. and they walk out of here with a win on their home turf. Albuquerque falls to 0-3 in Estadio Matt Wilson.
And with any luck, one of these seasons we'll see a home game for Albuquerque against these Mexico City Aztecs. Every single game that they've played has been here in this building, and they have not won one just yet.
I think I just seen Dan Tritz kneel that down for Mexico City to end the game. I love it. Mexico City escapes Estadio Matt Wilson with a surefire win, a 2-touchdown ball game against Mexico City. We'll end this quick so you all can get over and watch Bossier City, Houston. Eric, let me hear your thoughts in a game ball.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great game collectively from both squads. Mexico City just did more, and that's what you look for in playoff teams, and that's what you look for in division-winning teams, and we'll certainly see if Mexico City can snatch that one away. As far as game balls go, Noe Terrazas, I mean, just a ton of individual effort from him tonight, almost 100 yards through the air, 5 catches, no touchdowns other than the return touchdown that we saw there on the onside kick, but great game collectively for the Aztecs. We'll definitely look forward to them in the playoffs.
Yeah, I think I'll give my nod on the other side of the ball to Max Jackson. He was all over the field, had an interception, 2 sacks, a bunch of tackles. He was playing great. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all for joining us for a great Saturday night of football in a game that had serious implications for the South Division. Mexico City 13, Albuquerque 16. Buenas noches, everybody. Thank you for joining us.